Alright, so we finally got details and information on Season 2 with the official gameplay trailer that came out today, and I brought up the roadmap on what to expect throughout the next couple of months. First off, I wanted to highlight the dirt bike. I was so happy to see this come back into Battlefield 6. It was very nostalgic at Battlefield 3 and 4, and to see this vehicle come back into Battlefield 6 is just perfect. It's exactly what we needed. Now, when I covered the cinematic trailer 2 days ago, I realized that what I was seeing was two separate maps. I thought it was a combination of both. Hagatal Base and Contaminator are two separate maps. And before we go any further, I did want to cover this because I noticed it in the community update on Steam for Battlefield 6. It is confirmed that Golmud Railway is being tested in Battlefield Labs for the upcoming seasons in Battlefield 6. It says here, we recently started some initial focused Battlefield Labs play sessions on the Golmud Railway map, which will arrive in Battlefield 6 in an upcoming season. So I'm assuming either Season 2 or 3, because they mentioned this before Season 2 was officially being announced from Battlefield Studios. They also mentioned this version of the map is not one-to-one copy of Battlefield 4's Golmud Railway, but instead being reworked and adjusted to best fit the experience of Battlefield 6, and early impressions show that players are already picking up on differences in the new interpretation. Initial reactions have been very positive, they said, particularly around the overall scale and flow of the play space. Players noted that the map feels similar while still offering something new, including improvements to the northern town area and added cover that better supports infantry movement and engagements. That makes me very happy because I feel like it was hard to move from the northern town section of the map down to the factory or warehouse section at the bottom of the map in Battlefield 4. So this gives me hope I could be able to have some more cover to move around instead of being in the open all the time, exposed to helicopters, jets, and tanks. As with all Battlefield Labs content, Golmud Railway is still in active development. Some elements such as the train that runs through the map were not fully functional during the first session, but work is already underway to bring these features back for future sessions. We'll continue testing Golmud Railway with our BF Labs participants and aim to provide updates in the future as the map continues to evolve. Wonderful. They also mentioned RedSec updates. We recently introduced a change that ensures players drop a minimum of 2 armor plates upon death. Building on that, we're planning to increase overall armor availability in Season 2 by adding a chance for additional armor plates to spawn in class crates. This is a great change, actually. This is intended to improve pacing and survivability across matches, particularly in situations where armor plates can feel scarce as the match progresses. I did mention with my folks a couple of times as we're playing in our sessions that it was pretty scarce having not as much plates in the game as we hoped it to. We always felt like we were on the attrition chase with armor plates in this game. We're also making additional changes to the availability of vehicle keycard rewards. Tanks are a core part of what makes RedSec unique, and we want players to have meaningful access to them. At the same time, having multiple tanks active for a single team should be rare and earned. To support this, we're introducing a cooldown on vehicle keycards as a mission reward after one is successfully acquired, making it significantly harder to chain tank access back to back. You know, I noticed this. There was quite a few times, in duos especially, where there would be 2 tanks in the single duo squad. Sometimes I did come across a full squad of 4 having 4 tanks to themselves, which was insane to me. They're easy to take down in RedSec when you get a hang of the knowledge of how weak they are in RedSec compared to the multiplayer of Battlefield 6 and how vulnerable they are. As these changes go live, we'll monitor how they perform and we'll share more details on additional RedSec improvements in a separate update. I'm going to read more about the significant updates coming to Season 2, but first I wanted to get into what we're getting in Season 2. Season 2 for Battlefield 6 comes out February 17th, and what we're getting on that day is the new map Contaminated, a VL7 Strike, it's a limited time mode. For RedSec, we're getting a Gauntlet Altered State limited time mode, and BR Synthesis. Bear with me on saying that word. For some reason, it's weird for me saying that word. That's also a limited time mode. For new hardware, we're getting the AH6 Little Bird and MH350. They look similar, but they're not at the same time. You can see the nose is a little different. You can see the windows where the feet compartment is way more exposed with the MH350 compared to the Little Bird. The rockets look the same. The landing gear is a little different for each heli. And and the rear propellers are quite the same along with the upper propeller. For new weapons, we're getting the GRT CPS. It's a DMR. This one's added into the DMR category. For assault rifles, we're getting the VCR2. We are very similar with this gun because it was in Season 6 of Battlefield 2042. A new gadget, the HTI Mark II. This one looks interesting. To me, it looks like a grapple. I didn't see it as much in the trailer, I don't think. We're getting a new machine gun, the M121A2, which is the sister of the M123. And we are getting our very nostalgic 9K38 IGLA anti-air guided rocket launcher. That was from Battlefield 3 and 4. Very happy to see that back. 30 days after the launch of Season 2 on March 17th, we're getting Hagatal Base, the second map, and then a new game mode which I'm really excited for, Nightfall. Actually, funniest thing we mentioned, which is incredible to me because we ask and we shall receive. It's the kind of flow I'm seeing with Battlefield Studios engaging with the community. A lot of us have requested some night-themed maps or using night vision within Portal or All-Out Warfare maps, and it looks like they are doing that with Nightfall. Very excited to try this out, especially in Hagatal Base because it looks more close quarters. It's in hangars, so it's going to be very fitting for this map especially. It's giving me Night Operations 5 from Battlefield 4 playing the Graveyard Shift on Savat 311. That was awesome, and I'm very excited for this because we're also getting for RedSec on March 17th Gauntlet Nightfall, so we're getting night maps within Gauntlet. And a new place of interest coming to Fort Linden for Battle Royale and Gauntlet, we're getting the Defense Testing Complex 3. It's going to be a new section added to our beloved Battle Royale map, Fort Linden. Actually, I will say this, I'm going to admit right now, Fort Linden is the best Battle Royale map I've ever played, better than Verdansk. I stand by that. For new hardware on March 17th, we are getting the M1031 dirt bike. So excited for that, so hyped, cannot wait for March. And I'm very happy to see this, I'm very excited because I always loved using this SMG in Battlefield 4. We're getting the CZ3A1. That's right, we're getting our beloved SMG back with the blistering rate of fire. And it also looks like we're getting a fully automatic sidearm, the VZ61. It's a Scorpion, basically. A little fully automatic little pew-pew. So the March 17th title and theme for Season 2 is called Nightfall. Season 2's first update is Extreme Measures, and the third update for Season 2 is Huntered Prey. So I do love the fact that they're giving each update every new season its own theme, its own setting, and its own title, its own atmosphere, if you will. But on April 14th, we're getting our third update for Battlefield 6's Season 2, which I'm very excited for this. We're getting operations back in Battlefield 6 from Battlefield 1. So hyped for that. I forget about the operations in Battlefield 5. It wasn't as impactful as it was compared to Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 was very deep in their storytelling and putting you into the boots of a soldier back then. I hope they really grasp that attention to detail with story-driven lore in Battlefield 6's multiplayer. Speaking of Battlefield 1, another thing I wanted to mention that I'm very happy to see in the gameplay trailer is they're bringing gas combat within Battlefield 6 again. As we had in Battlefield 1, you're able to put on and remove the gas mask in-game. There's also going to be gas missiles or WMDs from the looks of it that are going to surround the entire map. Looks really good, which they're probably emphasizing hugely on with their game mode, VL1. But we're getting Operations Augur. I want to say Augur. I hope I'm correct. And this is going to be a limited time mode. I'm sad that it's only limited time because I would love to have operations in Battlefield 6 permanently. And I hope they do more than just breakthrough. If they do breakthrough, I'm okay with that. But then that means we're getting platoons. So if we lose the first game, we have a second chance. And then we have a third chance. So I'm excited to see what they do with Operation Augur. We're also getting new portal updates in the third update of Season 2. For RedSec, we're also getting a new Battle Pass bonus path later in the season. For new hardware, we're getting the LTV. Actually, very excited for this. It's going to be really cool. We did see the LTV within the campaign. I was very excited to see if they would bring this into the multiplayer, and in fact, they are. And we're getting a really cool looking melee weapon here. The Ripper 14-inch machete. That looks brutal, dude. I do not want to be on the other side of that thing. So that's it for what to expect in the upcoming months of Season 2. I'm 100% positive that there's going to be more updates throughout this season, especially with Golmud Railway being in the plays of the upcoming season. So we might get a third map within Season 2, which I'm really happy and excited to see a return of our classic beloved Battlefield 4 map. So to have 3 maps in a single season is a big jump, first of all. There's a lot of content in Season 2. I'm very happy and excited to see how much we're getting with each season. I felt we were spoiled with the amount of bonus paths we got within Season 1, and never felt like there was a dull moment in Season 1, so with Season 2, I'm expecting the same. Now, moving on to the significant updates I mentioned earlier in the video about Season 2. These are the highlights we're getting within Season 2 updates ongoing. Expect to see a big change with progression improvements, broader challenge parameters. Challenges have been streamlined by reducing the emphasis on highly mode-specific challenges, removing the daily sidearm challenge from regular rotation, and expanding criteria like allowing assists to count toward daily challenges. We'll continue to closely monitor completion rates and adjust challenge criteria where they feel too restrictive. I can see why they're going this direction with the challenges, because some of them I never really paid attention to be honest, because I was just enjoying the game so much. But when I did, I noticed some of them are pretty hardcore when it comes to completing them, especially for the rewards you get out of them. I mean, you get a lot of XP, 5,000, 10,000 sometimes. You felt like you were getting a lot out of them, but the criteria to achieve those challenges were quite high. I'm excited about this update because we're getting a faster Battle Pass. Battle Pass progression has been adjusted to be more rewarding this season. This includes recalculating how Battle Pass tokens are earned from career XP, allowing you to earn progress more quickly through regular gameplay and weekly challenges. This is great because I've honestly felt playing RedSec you would get more XP and faster progression through your Battle Pass and your hardware and everything else through RedSec. I had a consistent 2 to 3 weeks where I was playing nothing but Gauntlet and Battle Royale, and I felt like I was unlocking so much more stuff and I was ranking up much faster. More rewarding progression in RedSec. Career XP and weapon XP earn rates have been increased in Battle Royale and Gauntlet, helping progression feel more balanced between RedSec and Battlefield 6 experiences. It's funny that I just mentioned RedSec having faster XP through each game compared to multiplayer, because they're increasing that rate even further. Career reward rebalance. Career and Battle Pass boosters are added to some earlier career ranks, particularly to better support players who focus on RedSec. This change helps progression feel meaningful even when standard career unlocks such as gadgets, throwables, and loadout slots don't provide direct benefits in Battle Royale or Gauntlet. For weapon balance and recoil improvements, they're adding recoil compensation that have been made fully consistent, resulting in more predictable and reliable weapon handling. Building on this, automatic weapons have received a broad tuning pass to reinforce roll clarity and ensure weapons feel appropriately distinct across different combat distances. This makes a lot of sense because I felt like SMGs were far superior in accuracy compared to other weapons, even more accurate than assault rifles and some carbines. Like, I seen myself using the PW5 more than the M433 for accuracy. Player movement is being adjusted. Soldier movement has been improved to feel more predictable and readable in fast-paced combat. This includes updated acceleration curves, smoother vaulting and ladder transitions, and fixes that reduce visual inconsistencies or unexpected behavior during traversal and close quarters interactions. I think the only major glitch I've ever had with movement of any sort or any interaction with stuff was actually the assault ladder or ladders in general. I felt they were kind of like you're popping in and out of them, and sometimes with the assault ladder it even push you off of the assault ladder when you're interacting with it. Very odd. And it's funny that they're giving us audio improvements with this upcoming update because they got awarded the best audio in Game of the Year awards. The fact they're still doing audio improvements cracks me up because it's like the audio's already so good. What more do you need to improve on, man? I mean, that shows how above and beyond Battlefield Studios is going with this game. But with audio improvements, we are getting polished, improved clarity to audio and reliability during matches. This includes clearer cues for movement and interactions that help with positioning, better handling of overlapping sounds, and more dependable playback of critical audio in busy combat scenarios. Continued refinements and improvements are already in the works for later in the season as well. During RedSec on Battle Royale, when the firestorm is closing in and you're at endgame and you hear basically nothing but the fire closing in on you. And even then, 80% of the time, I'm hearing movement all over the place still, even with the fire closing in. They also mentioned at the end here, we'll be sharing more details on the season's content with a full season roadmap at the end of this week, followed by complete update notes covering all changes. We're excited for you to jump in and start playing as soon as Season 2 goes live. Now, We did look through the roadmap already, and we looked at all the content that we're receiving. There's definitely going to be more beyond what we're seeing in this roadmap here. But these are all great changes. I'm really happy with the amount of improvements and updates they are working on in this game. Now, something I want to mention at the end of this video is people need to be patient with Battlefield Studios, because during the holidays, people need a break from work, especially game studios, because they're working 60 to 70 hours of each week. I don't know if you would have the patience and work ethics to do what they're doing. So you should appreciate all the work that they've been giving us throughout this game, because this is a hell of a lot of work for 4 years in the making. And for some of you that I read in the comments on what you're complaining about in this game, you are ridiculous. You are absolutely out of your mind, because some of you just don't know what Battlefield is, and it cracks me up. So the fact that we are getting this season a little later than expected is simply because they want to give us polished, ready out the gate content. They don't want to give us any half-assed work, which I really appreciate. I'd rather them delay their work in upcoming seasons than release it half-assed. Now, I will say the only minor gripe I've had with Battlefield 6 was their second update in Battlefield 6's Season 1. That one was a little game-breaking. They did rework all those game-breaking issues and fixed it, so it's not bad. So all those issues that we had, they're gone. Also, the game is on sale on Steam right now, so if you're wanting to check out the game, now is the time. So in all, what I wanted to mention at the end is be patient with them, because they are working all their asses off to give you quality gameplay experiences that you would never have before, that you can never get anywhere else. So give them some time to work on these, and you will be happy with the results. So this is all I got to share for now, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, of course. I love you all, and I'll see you all on Season 2. Peace.